Okay, welcome guys. Welcome you all for this workshop on API testing. So how are you all?
Yeah,
Yes,
fine.
I'm
This is first
I'm
class.
good,
Okay.
ma'am. Ma'am.
What?
This is
Not
first
well?
class only. This is first class only,
Oh,
no?
is it? Yeah, yeah. Yes, yes, yeah. This is just a workshop, okay? So after this workshop, then we are going with our demo, okay? From
Okay.
tomorrow, we'll start the demo session for a week. Okay, then we'll start the actual session. Okay, okay. So, in this workshop, so what we are going to do is, like, if you are opting for this API testing course, what are all the content we are going to cover? Okay, so what are all the things we are learning in this 40 to 45 days of duration? Okay, you have to be very clear with this before opting this course, what you're going to learn in this 45 days of duration and how we are planning this course. Okay, so duration of this course will be 45 days. Okay, yeah. Duration of the course will be 45 days. The timing of the course will be 7 8 a.m. Sorry, 8 a.m. Yeah. Okay. We'll see whether we can make it as a 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. We'll talk about this later. But just planning is 8 a.m. Okay. Okay. So now comes to the course. Okay. So in this course, what we are doing is, so we are dividing the course into a three section: manual plus automation plus framework. Okay, so we are dividing these three the course into three sections: so manual, automation and framework. Okay, so in this manual approach, what we are going to learn, and in this automation approach, what we are going to learn, in this framework approach, what we are going to learn. Okay, okay. Okay. So we are not dividing the course into for the manual approach of API testing a different course, or automation approach is a different course, or to project itself different course. Not like that we are dividing. Okay. So in the single course itself, we are covering all the three parts. I mean to say how to test the REST APIs with a manual approach. Okay. So what are all the tools we are including here, and how we can handle API testing in real time. It's in, if you are working in an organization, how to make use of it with respect to the tool. And here comes to automation, how to make use of some languages to work with the automation. Okay, then how to work with a framework finally. So in this manual approach, so what we are going to do is, so we are using a tool called Postman. With the help of the Postman, so we are testing the REST APIs. Okay, so with the help of the Postman tool, we are testing REST APIs. Okay, so the same thing, whatever we are achieving in the Postman, the same action will be going to the automation then. After learning the Postman, so then we are learning the same thing with respect to automation. How we can automate the REST APIs with respect to by using a libraries which is available in the Java. Maybe for this, we are making use of a Java language. Okay, so how to test with the library which is available, how to test this REST APIs by making use of a libraries. Okay, so here for that purpose we are using REST assured. So which means that testing the REST APIs using a REST assured library. Okay, so here for the automation, we are using a REST assured. Here we are using the Postman. So first what we are doing is, we are learning complete thing about the Postman. Okay, first we are starting from very basic level, and then we are taking you guys to the advanced level till the framework implementation. Okay, so why we are following this, sometime, while we are starting the first session, we are going with the what are the parameter, if it is, if we are taking on a web URL, what are the parameter it contains, what are the different parameter is available, how we need to understand in order to test the APIs. Okay, all these things will be starting from the scratch only. So here what happens is, first we are learning all the basics like a web URL, what is REST APIs, and we are making use of a JSON language here. What is JSON, how to work with a JSON. After learning all those things, then we are jumping into the Postman tool. Okay, just idea about the tool. First we are going through the walking through the tool, and we are understanding how tool is working here, and understanding different future which is available inside the Postman tool. Okay, so after understanding how the tool is working, then we are working, we are taking a REST APIs to work with this tool. Okay, so why? Because why we are following this approach is, initially we started with the directly automation then framework only, but we have observed that some of the people, some of the students from some of the folks from non-IT background, they are jumping into the IT background, or some folks were working, manual testing, and they're jumping into the automation part, or API part, because nowadays all the recruiters means, if you are attending the interviews, everyone asks about this. Do you have a knowledge on API testing, or do you have a knowledge on service testing? Do you have a knowledge on REST assured? Do you have a knowledge on Postman? Okay, you just open the Naukri, or whatever the job portal you guys are using. Okay, each and every company demands the knowledge of if API testing. Okay, so what we are doing now is, so before directly we are jumping into the automation part, and we are covering the framework, and we were ending the course. But we can, we understood that some of the people, some folks are very new to this concept. Okay, they were not able to understand directly if we jump into the automation, because the automation is at least little bit of coding knowledge required, little bit in the sense, at least they should have that hold on the Java, just basics of Java, not a full advanced level of Java. Okay, um, don't get scared. Okay, so just a basic level of Java knowledge is must. Okay, so when they are starting directly from the coding part, they were feeling like, it's very difficult. Actually, the thing is, if you are working, UI testing like Selenium and all, than the Selenium, this is very easy actually. Okay, if you have worked already in the Selenium, then you feel like API testing is nothing. Okay, so here what was happening, so they were not able to understand it thoroughly. When we are studying, means they are taking some time to understand it. So by considering that, so what we have done is, then we have included complete Postman way of handling the API testing here. Okay, so here what happens is, anyhow we were working with a tool, so it is very quite easy to understand them what's happening with the testing. Okay, so they were able to understand what we are doing. So it's like, for example, just take about, automation of UI testing only. Okay, so to perform the automation of a UI testing, means Selenium, to work with the Selenium, so if you have a thorough knowledge on the application, by maybe by running it, transaction manually, then only you will get some hold to write the script in the automation. I mean to say, if you have a thorough knowledge on the application by running it manually, then you will get a thorough idea that how the application is running, then which is helpful you to write the script in the automation. In the same way, here also, so then we have, what we have done is, by making use of the Postman tool, if we run that API, REST APIs, then we will get a clear idea that what's happening here. So once we get that idea, and once we get some hold on it, then we are jumping into the automation. Then you feel very easy. Okay, then you feel it, anyway you already work complete thing in Postman. So now the same thing, whatever you are achieving, quite different way of handling in the automation. Okay, so that's why we have included complete Postman to, here also in the Postman also, all the things will be covering. Okay, like till the report generation. For example, this course is designed in such a way that if you want to go with the Postman only for the interview, you can go. Okay, if you want to go with the Postman as well as rest issue, yes, you can go. See this, after computation of this Postman, this is enough you to start with the interview or start working within a organization as well, because some basics to till report generation we are covering here. Okay, after covering this, then this is like a separate course, but the both the course we are including in a single course. That's it. Okay, again whatever we handled here, here we are handling, but just by using a languages. Okay, then here also we are covering all this part. Then after covering all the things here, then we are creating one project here. Okay, means nothing but framework. We are working with a framework here. So now, okay, so this is what the plan first in this course. Okay, now, okay, what are the concepts we will be covering here? Okay, you might have received content, or else, yeah, I will show you. Okay, so this is what we are covering. Okay, so first we are starting with a very basic, very basic. Okay, for example, if we can see here, see, we are starting with a web URL concept. The first class itself on the web URL. Okay, so this is what we are learning first. Some folks may feel it, very basic, but sometimes we do mistake in the basic only. Okay, so and also we have to consider each and every folks, right? Like some people will be jumping from non-IT to IT, or some people will work completely on manual testing and they want to upgrade themselves, and they want to jump into some API testing part, or they have to involve in the API testing. Okay, by considering all the things, we are starting from very basic level, then moving towards the advanced level. Okay, so the very first class is on a web URL, understanding about the web URL and what are the parameter contains, what are all the optional parameter, what are all the mandatory parameter to work with our testing, API testing. Okay, all these things will be covered first, so that if you are while working with the API testing, so whenever you receive in a URL, you should be able to understand what parameters we have in this URL, and how we need, how we can handle this URL, and what are all the concepts we need to use to handle this URL. Okay, so that we will get a clear idea if we understood this web URL concept clearly. Okay, so then, so understanding what is API first. Okay, before learning the API testing, we need to understand, right, what is API, why we are using API, and why it's required to learn the API, and where we are using this APIs in real time. Okay, all these things is required knowledge, right? Then what is REST API? And what is JSON? Okay, why we are using JSON? Why we need to learn JSON here? What's we are learning about the API testing, but why this JSON is required to learn here? JSON is also a language. Okay, so all these things will be learning. Then after this, then Postman basics. Postman basics is nothing about just a walkthrough to the tool. Okay, walkthrough on the tool, completely about the Postman tool, like how to install it, how to use it, and what are the different features available in the Postman, how we can make use of it while we are working with the API testing. All the things will be learning here. And here's something called how to generate the keys in Postman, so that we can make use of that authentication details while we are working with the Postman APIs. Okay, so all these things will be covering in this part, and executing some HTTP request here. Okay, then after covering that, the next part is JSON basics. Okay, so in this course, you are learning about a JSON as well. Okay, I forgot to add in the initial, while explaining this. In this, you are learning about a JSON also. Okay, means how JSON syntax, means what are the syntax we need to follow for the JSON, what are the data types is available in the JSON, how to create a JSON object, how to create a JSON array, how to access the JSON element, um, how to create a complex data in the JSON, how to create complex nested data. Nested data is also available. Okay, so all the complete thing about the JSON language also we are covering here. Some of the points we are not specified here, but we are covering all the part. Okay, I mean to say complete JSON language we are learning here. Okay, so after covering the JSON, then we are jumping into the HTTP basics. Okay, means how many methods we have in HTTP, and what are the status codes available. What's the meaning of a different status code we will be getting whenever we are executing the services. We will be getting 200 status code. I mean to say a 200 series status code. 200 series status code means 200, 201, 203, 204, like that we will be receiving, okay? Then 300 series, 400 series, 500 series, okay? The status code, understanding status code is very important, because if you are attending the API testing interview, it must and should that they will ask you this question. Okay, if you are getting a 500 error, okay, 500 status code, what it is mean? If you are getting a 400 status code, what it is mean? If you are getting a 201, what it is mean? Okay, so complete we are learning in the course all those things, okay? Then something called as a postman mock server, okay? So why we need to create a mock server? Mock server is nothing but dummy server, okay? It's not an actual server. So why we need to create that? What is the use in the industry to create a mock server while we are working with a company? So what is the use of creating the mock server, and when we need to create a mock server? Okay, and working with mock server, like for example, say suppose we are working in a company. If we have created a mock server, how to make use of that mock server, and what is the requirement to make use of the mock server? Okay, all those things will be covered. After covering in this, still we have many topics in this. Okay, in the postman, like environment, postman. Okay, so this is the postman tool. Okay, so in this we have a feature like collection, APIs, environments, mock servers, monitors. Okay, we have many features here. Okay, the main important features are like collection, environments, and mock server. Okay, so in this we have all the HTTP methods as well. Okay, so and here we have some other features like if you click here. Okay, so we have some features like run collection, add request, add folder, monitor collection, mock collection, and yeah. Okay, so we have so many features here. Okay, and here something called as a environmental variable and global variable. How to handle this all this environment and global variables? Okay, some other important features we have. All these things will be covering basically. Okay, here we have our workspaces. Okay, and if you click here. Okay, so basically all this information. Okay, see HTTP request, how to create the request, how to work with the collection, how to work with the environment, how to work with the workspace, how to create a multiple workspace, and mock server creation, and monitor. Okay, so we have a different features here. We will be covering all the features here. Okay, then after covering this part, okay, after covering this part, then at this time, at the end of this postman, so you will be having a complete idea about the API testing. Already you learned off of the part. Okay, so just you know now postman way of handling the API testing. Okay, you already know uh, postman way of handling the API testing. You have a complete idea now. Okay, so the same thing here we are coming for the rest issue. Then we are starting with the rest issue. Okay, so in this duration, okay, in this duration, so what happens? You have to just brush up on your Java language. Okay, just a basic, just a oops concept of the Java language. So then we are jumping into the rest assured. So here while working with the rest assured, so what are all the Java concepts is included, I will also be explaining. But just while we are learning the postman, just go through the basics of the Java. So that's enough. Anyhow, while working with the rest assured, I will also be just giving a idea on the Java concept that we are using while we are working. Okay, so here then we are jumping into the rest assured part. Then what is rest assured, what is the prerequisite required to set up the rest assured, and JDK setup, then Eclipse in installation, and plugin download, test ng plugin installation, and creating the project. Okay, then here if it comes here, starting basically in the rest assured, what are all the concepts they have specified here. Okay, all the concepts we are covering. Okay, see, this is the official document of the rest assured. Okay, we are referring the official document and we are working with here. Okay, so what are all the concepts in the official document they have specified, all the things we will be working here. Okay, this is how we need to work in the real time also. Okay, so whenever we are working with any of the new language, we have to refer the official document. Okay, so here first we are starting with a why we have to import some package as a static. Okay, so any idea why we need to import any packages as a static? Anybody have an idea why we need to import some packages as a static? You can make use of a chat. Let's be
So
interactive. Hmm.
we can access static members with that package.
Uh-huh. Okay, so suppose where's my eclipse? Oh, okay, so for example, I have, this is my package. Okay, suppose this is a class and class. So class name should be start with capital. Okay, rest assured class. So in this, what's happening is, say suppose I'm importing some package here. So like a import hivo dot rest assured dot some packages. Okay, just randomly I'm taking. Does not exist actually. Okay, so what I will do, what I will do. So instead of this is just a simply I'm importing it. But instead of importing like this, what I will do is I will make here it as a static. Okay, I will make it as a static. So what is the use of importing some package as a static? Hmm. What is the use of importing some methods or some packages as a static? If you want to answer me, so you can make use of a chat, guys. Okay. Okay. So many answers. Okay, let me check. Okay. To import static member only. Why? Okay. I shall. Sorry, I have not seen all the chats. Now I'm just, master. Yes, Vishal. Like, basic of knowledge, basic oops concepts. If you have a knowledge, means that's fine. Import the static members. Okay. Sufyan is telling that to import the static members. Okay, okay. If it's launches means I will show, okay, how we are using it here.
Hello.
Okay. See, yes.
Means static means, madam, no need to create a object or class. We can directly call the method.
Yeah. Yeah, very good. Okay. Yeah, that's for the answer. Okay. See, if we are, if we are declaring some methods or some package as a static, we no need to make use of a class. Why we import some packages? Why we means, see, in this packages already, predefined classes, predefined methods available. Okay, means already they defined it. It's not a user defined method. So already something is present here in this package. We have to make use of that class, or we have to make use of that methods now. Okay, so for example, someone already prepared some food here. Food is already available. Okay, we just have to take that. Okay, so while we are taking, we no need to specify that who has prepared that. Okay, so we just have to, we just have to take it. Okay, so if we declare it as a static, no need to use the no need to use the class name also. You can directly call the method as well. and no need to create an object also. You can directly you can directly call the methods or class which is available inside that. Okay, so if it's Eclipse is launching, I will show you how we are using. Okay, see for example here in this case, just example I'm showing here. Okay, see, now tell me how is my import. Okay, let me explain you this. Don't worry guys, if you are new to this Java language and all, don't worry by looking into this code and all. Okay, it's very easy. All the code we are using repeatedly. Okay, don't worry. Okay, I will tell you when we jump into the rest assured part from scratch. Okay, this is just idea I'm giving. Okay, so here, okay, see how this is a static import or direct import. This is a static import or direct import.
Direct import.
Direct import. Okay, so in this rest assured, some methods is available. Okay, since I am directly importing, so what I am doing here, see here, observe carefully, rest assured dot given. Okay, means the rest assured is the class name. Okay, so in this class I have a given method. Okay, I am using a class name dot method. By using a class name, I am accessing the method here. If I don't want to specify the class name, okay, I don't want to showcase it. Okay, so what I will do, I will make my import as static. I don't want to specify means I will just make it as a static. And here, if you are making a static means you have to dot start. Okay, you have to represent all the methods. Okay, I'm making it as a static. So if I am making it as a static here means I have to remove this class name. See here already error coming. I will just remove this class name. Okay, see, I'm directly calling the method here. Okay, so this is what the important of declaring it as a static, just optimizing. Okay, optimizing the code instead of calling the class name again and again. We can optimize like this. We can reduce at least a single line of code here. Okay, we can reduce the lines of code. Okay, so don't get worried. Others who are very new to programming language and all will learn. Okay, once we are starting with this, we'll learn each and everything slowly. Okay, so this is why we have to import the static, and what is the method chaining concept, how to achieve this method chaining concept, how this method chaining concept is useful in optimizing our code or reducing the lines of the code and working with the HTTP methods. Okay, HTTP method is nothing but CRUD operation. Okay, like a get method, put method, post method, and delete method. Okay, see, API testing is nothing but first we have to learn about the CRUD operation only. CRUD operation is nothing but business operation. See, if you take any of the application, we dependent on this business operation only, means CRUD operation only. Okay, for example, say suppose you are creating your account in a bank. Okay, what you will do, you are creating your account, you are updating your account, you are retrieving the information from your account, and you are, if you don't want to continue the service with the particular bank, you are deleting your account. Okay, so this is what. Okay, get is used to retrieve the details, post is used to create the details. Okay, create the data inside the server, and put is used to update the details, and delete is used to delete the details. Okay, this is what we called as a CRUD operation, nothing but basic business operation. Okay, so we are learning that only first, how we can automate these operations in rest assured or in postman. Okay, so here, how we can handle the get request with the rest assured library, how to perform the assertion means validation, how to perform the validation here, how to perform status code validation, how to perform response body validation, how to extract the response. All those things will be learning. Okay, so amcrest assertion, this is different library. Okay, this is also we are learning this library exclusively using for validation purpose. Okay, so nowadays with the rest assured, everyone are using amcrest library only to perform the validation. Okay, so all those things will be covering in this. and it's very popular also. I will tell you while we are covering this part, I will tell you why it is popular. Okay. Then something called as a logging. Logging concept is very easy wherever you go. Even if you are working with a Selenium, even if you are working with a Rest Assured, okay, logging concept is very easy. We need to log the request and response, and we have to analyze it. Okay, so in that logging also in the Rest Assured, we have different topics like log if error comes, log if validation fails, and something called as a blacklist status. Okay, so blacklist status is nothing but to to hide the sensitive information from the user. Okay, we need to hide the some sensitive information. How to hide that sensitive information so that anybody is not able to know, nobody is able to see that information, but internally service is working on this. Okay, service is working, but um, no one is able to see that what we are using to work that service, we are blacklisting it. Okay, so all those things we'll be learning in this part. Then something called as handling the headers. Okay, so in the headers like a multiple headers, multi-value headers, and some other so many information we pass along with the headers. Okay, header of the services, all those things we'll be handling here. Then something called as a rest assured request specification and response specification. This how to handle the request part and how to handle the response part. Okay, how to request specification and response specification means how we can make it generalize. Okay, for example, if we are using a 10 test cases, for the 10 test cases, obviously API remains the same. Maybe endpoint may differ. Okay, so we no need to write in each and every test cases the URL. We have to handle it generic way. Okay, so how we need to handle that with the help of the request specification. So this request specification and response specification is also helping us to optimize our code. Okay, it's avoiding to write the same code again and again. Okay, so how we can make it possible with the help of this concept we will be working. Okay, then okay, then working with all the CRUD methods, working with all the CRUD operation, nothing but business operation. Then sending the payload in multiple ways. Okay, see this post is there, right? Post means creating some requests, creating some data inside the server. So to create the data inside the server, we have a many ways of creation. We can pass the data via file, we can pass as a string, we can pass as a object. There are many ways to handle it. Okay, so how we can handle in a different ways we'll be working here. Okay, then handling the complex JSON request means, see, if it is a data creation means we will be not having a simple data, we will be having a complex data as well. Okay, so how to create that, how to create that complex data and how to work with that complex data, how to handle the complex data in the rest assured. Okay, this is what we are learning. Then handling the request parameters. Okay, so parameter concepts is very important. Like we have a query parameter, we have a path parameter, we have a multi-value parameter, we have a multi-level parameter, so many parameters we have. So how to handle all those parameters will be covering. Then something called as a file upload and file download, obviously. So we have, while we are working we will come across this scenarios, right? Like how to upload some file, how to download some file, all those things will be covering here. Okay, and something called as a filters concept and serialization and deserialization, very important concept, all these things. And something about the Jackson annotations. Okay, this is also a second level of validation. Okay, so this is also a validation part. Then understanding about the pojo and working with the complex pojo. Okay, pojo means by making use of all the oops concepts we will be working here. Okay, and then something called as authentication and authorization. Okay, how to perform the authentication. For example, see, whenever you are working in real time, okay, without authenticating yourself, it will not allow you in. Okay, for example, say suppose if you are logging in your Facebook or any of the account, if given a wrong password or a wrong username, it will not allow you to get inside your account, right? Because where it is performing a authentication, if you are authorized person for that data, then only you are able to use that account. Otherwise it's not allow you to use that account. Okay, so in that way we have different ways of authentication. Okay, like a barrier token, API key, and hot 1, hot 2. So many types we have. All these types will be working. Okay, once after covering all the required concept, then finally we are jumping into the framework, nothing but project. Okay, so here automating all the tests and creating the pojos, creating the reusable methods, very important, all these things. Okay, and handling the token managers, handling the routes, and why we require property loaders, why we are using this, and class refactoring, and the Lambok. Okay, this is a very new technologies, new concepts we will be adopting for this framework. Okay, and Allure report. Okay, now nowadays everyone are using Allure report only. Okay, because of its graphical representation. Okay, so it's represent all the data in beautiful way. Okay, which anybody can understand. If your manager or if your team lead or if any clients is asking a report of the services, if you give with yeah, whatever you execute, if you give in that way, all are business people, they will not understand this technical part, right? So you need to provide by beautifully making all the charts wise, like the data you have to represent, right? But we will be not having a time to represent all those things in the what is that presentation. And also what we are doing, so we are integrating this Allure framework and all in our framework. Okay, so this is my framework. For example, if you look at here, so suppose this is my framework. So in this framework, I am, see, I'm just, integrating the Allure framework here. Okay. Allure, if I am importing means it will generate the report. Okay. Of our execution. And it will generate and it will give us the report saying how many passing, how many fail, how many test cases are passing, how many test cases are failing, and, how we need to work to, how what we need to concentrate on, what are the test cases are failing, and what we need to work on it, and how we need to work on it, we have to plan accordingly. Okay, so here we are using the Allure framework and something called as a Maven command line. We are using the Maven project here. While creating, we are using the Maven project. So how to handle that project in the command line? In the command itself, I have to execute all the test cases, whichever we have. I have to execute in the command line, and I need to take a report. How to do that? Okay, that's we are learning here. Then important optimization. Some optimization techniques we'll be using. Okay, to make our framework readable. Okay, readable, and to make it easy, we are performing some optimization by using a different ways. Okay, how we can do that we'll be seeing here. Then integration with the GitHub we are learning here. Then finally integration with the Jenkins. Okay, so this is nothing but CI bar CD tool and executing our framework in the Jenkins. Okay, so this is what complete plan of the course in the 45 duration. Okay, we will be learning all these things. Okay, but don't consider Saturday and Sunday. 2 days will be free. So, okay, instead of a Saturday and Sunday, the remaining days will be connecting, and we are connecting for the 45 days to cover this. Okay. Mhm. So this is what the plan.
Yeah, one
Okay.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
In this, you told Jason, you will explain. So JSON is containing data. So with XML also containing data. So XML also you will explain it.
No, we are working with a JSON approach only. But XML, yeah, right. XML we are not using here. We are using JSON language to work with the APIs. But I can just just give a guidance, like how you can make use of XML. But the data handle we are handling with the JSON only here.
Okay. And for testing API or any testing API, so we need to involve coding part also. You showed
Mhm.
some code was there.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
how we are
Rest assured,
testing.
in the rest assured. Yeah, in the rest assured, while we are working with the rest assured, we are using a Java language for this. Okay, with the help of the Java language, we are making use of a rest assured library to work with the API. Okay, but Java also, like, basic, basic understanding of Java, I mean to say core Java part, like data types, variable, constructor, method handling,
Yeah, means
and
that is okay. That I know. Means I am asking for testing any API. We are writing also code. Also, we are writing.
yes, yeah,
Actually, I am very new to in testing field. That's why I am asking.
okay. Yes, yes, yeah. Yes, we are writing the code here. If we are handling with the rest assured, we are writing the code.
Okay.
Okay. So in the Postman, what happens? Most of the things will be available in this only. So, for example, if you are working with a scripting, okay, in this scripting, the basic scripting code, is available here. Okay. For example, if I take this, they have only written everything here. If I want to use some other scripting, um, they have only given some scripting here. Scripting part they have already defined here. But apart from this, if you want to make use of any other scripting, if you want to achieve something by using any other scripting language, means we have to write it here JavaScript. Okay, something called as a chai scripting, chai js something is there in the Postman, so that we have to write it here. But that I will show you while we are working with this. I will explain all the scripting also. Okay, whatever the scripting we are using and how to work with it, all those things will be, see, this is, I think, for the previous batch we have worked this. I will explain all those things, how to handle the scripting part and all. This is the JavaScript I'm using here.
Okay.
Some,
Okay.
chai script methods, and I will tell you guys, okay, how to make use of the scripts, how it is available, all those things I will tell you.
Okay. And timing will be 8 to 9. Na? 8 to how many hours will be there session?
Yeah, 8 to 9. The timing we can decide, okay, after enrolling you guys. If it is a 7 to 8 or 8 to 9, according to your convenient, we'll plan for it.
Is
Okay.
duration of 1 hour or 1.5 hour?
Yeah, yeah, 1 hour, 1.5 hour. Yeah, here and there it will extend. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
Which domain are you covering in framework?
Sorry. Which?
Means banking domains like what?
APIs?
Yeah.
No, no, no,
Exact.
no. It's not. Yeah. So we see, first we will be working with the Postman APIs. Okay. In the Postman also, in the Postman tool. Okay. This Postman is also providing all the APIs to work with. First we are working with that APIs, and then we can make use of GitHub APIs. Then we can make use of other available APIs. Okay. And some Google APIs is also available for free. We can make use of those APIs also. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, hi. This is Vishal. Are you
Yeah.
covering
Hi.
Core Java? Are you covering Core Java concept also? Basic Core Java, if I don't know about the Core Java.
Core Java, like, separately, yeah, okay, 2 or, just 2 days and all we can spend. If you guys really need it,
Uh,
2 days will spend for the Java concept. But
yeah, basically,
yeah.
basically,
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on as a manual testing and ETL testing in my
Okay.
organization. Okay,
Okay.
from past 1 or 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
I need to move with the automation. So I need to
Mm.
have knowledge for the Selenium also, or I can easily switch in the API testing with your support.
Yeah, like, see, as I can tell you guys, the real market now, demanding the knowledge of a API testing only. Okay. So it's really, it's good to have a knowledge on the API testing for the current market.
So no need
It's
to know
not
Selenium.
only Selenium. If you want, means you have to learn that. See, for example, how the market is working now.
Uh-huh.
See, suppose you are applying for the job. Okay,
Yeah,
so you're
yeah.
applying for the job. Maybe one more candidate also applied for the job. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
See, according to current market, see what's happening now. Okay, they will check your resume as well as one more candidate resume. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so maybe he specified that he is also having a knowledge on Selenium and also having a knowledge on API testing. and you specify that maybe you have a knowledge on manual and you have a ETL and also have API.
Yeah,
Then what they will think, okay, this candidate is having a knowledge on both the backend testing as well as a Selenium testing. Okay, let me take him, priority. Okay, like that they will just prioritize. Okay, so it's always good to have a knowledge on both the backend and front end. It's good to have that, but according to current market, API testing knowledge is must require. You can just
yeah,
open the
yeah. In my company,
Naukri.
in my company also calls are there regarding API
Mhm,
testing rest assured. That's why I'm
mhm.
asking. So Selenium needed, or I can easily switch with the API with your support. I'm saying, or need to
Yes,
learn.
yes, yeah. If you're internally trying, that means then you can start learning this API only now. In
Okay,
future, if it's required, just have a knowledge on that also. Okay.
okay, okay. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, but yeah, there's no any interconnection with the Selenium and this rest assured. Okay, completely they
Okay,
are different.
yeah, if I can basically when I start the API from today, basically today demo is there, right? Works over
Mm-hmm,
there. So when I
mm-hmm,
complete the API testing from the support, okay,
mm-hmm,
so I
mm-hmm.
can get the job if I will try from the outside of my outside of my company, so I can easily get the
Mm-hmm.
job, right, with the API.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, yes, yes. You can easily get the job only if you're following everyday my session.
Yeah, yeah.
Correct?
I
Yeah,
can, yeah. Basically, we need to
yeah,
follow. Without follow, how I will get? Yeah.
yeah. Okay. So yeah.
Uh,
And Selenium also you will
Yes,
say,
yes.
yeah?
and also one part. Sorry, to
Mm-hmm.
interrupt. Basically, I'm very little bit confused about the coding. That's why I move on the manual testing and ATR testing, right? BI testing, right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
I need to move on the automation part. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting from the API testing from today only, right?
Okay.
So it will
Mm-hmm.
so after the API, I can move with the Selenium as well, right? After API.
Sure, sure. You can move, and no need to worry, guys. Like after you guys are enrolling, right? I will suggest some Java videos. Okay,
Yeah,
just
okay.
go through that videos. Just go through that videos. I will also separately take, at least I will spend 2 days of time for that, because Java is fast. Okay, if I sit and if I continue that part, means I can able to complete the API part. Okay, so that's why I will just take a 2 days of time for you guys to explain all those things. But in the meanwhile, while I am doing the postman, I will only be referring some Java videos for you guys. Okay, just go through that videos, just have a basic knowledge on the Java, then that's fine. Okay, we'll start
Yeah,
work on
okay.
this.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hi, ma'am.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, ma'am. Hi, ma'am. I mean that what type of framework can I expect from you? Like
Here, here we are making use of a TestNG framework only.
BDT.
B, yeah, BDD. What happens? BDD. I will give a idea. Okay, the same thing only.
Okay.
Just approach is different in BDD. That's it. Like in the future and step definition way we need to work. Okay, that idea I will provide you. But
Okay.
in this course, from long time we are continuing, because for BDD, extra again I need to explain from all the scratch. I mean to say, I have to take I have to teach you guys BDD things, how it is working, and how to create a future file, how to create a step definition. That is like a different course. Okay, but
Yes.
I will help you with the idea. Okay, just same coding wise, everything remains same. Just here and there, organizing the project is different in the BDD. That's it. Okay, but coding wise, same only. Selenium
Okay.
also you will explain. Uh-huh. Selenium, I think all the other faculties are taking, right? In the Selenium.
Okay. 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 Okay, ma'am. May I know the
Yeah.
fee structure of this program?
Fee structure. Yeah, I think it's 6K. Okay. You just contact the management, guys. I will just provide
Okay.
you the number. Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
so
Okay.
so so in this both the postman thing and also the structure and the project. Okay, we are not separately dividing the courses in different way, like manual is only different course, automation is only different course, project is only different, like that. Okay, everything we are including on the same. So it's a totally 6K we are planning. So I will just give the phone number. If you have any queries, Afterwards also, if you want to speak with me, just call to this number and just tell them to connect with me. I will be there to clear your doubts. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, thank you.
I'll give the number in the chat. Still we have something to discuss. Wait. Just call to this number and just tell to the course and tell my name. They will assist with that. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Now, lastly, we'll discuss something about the API only. Okay. Okay. Just tell me in the real time where we are using the APIs. Just a basic, general knowledge. Okay. Where we are using the APIs in real time.
Madam, when we try to purchase ticket,
Hmm.
then also we get message, please pay. Then our application direct navigate to phone pay like.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then.
Then then we can purchase, ma'am, after entering our ATM code.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Then any other example?
Maybe when I'm searching
Okay.
anything, I'm giving the request to server. I'm getting the
Mm-hmm.
response.
Okay.
Can I tell this also example for the API for the communication
Mm-hmm.
purpose? It should be the communication.
Okay. 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 So suppose we are very much familiar with the make my trip, correct? Okay. So we always will be getting some offers. Yes, you have 50% offer. You have a 30% offer. You can make use of our website to book this ticket, that ticket. Like that, we will be getting a offer. Okay. So we are very much familiar with this website. So here what's happening is maybe I want to travel from Bangalore to I want to travel from Bangalore to Hyderabad. Okay, I want to travel from Bangalore to Hyderabad maybe on 14th. Okay, return date anything. Okay, maybe return date will be 15th. Fine. Okay, I'm searching for the flight here. When I'm searching for the flight, yes, hold on, we are fetching. Okay, okay, okay. So what's happening here? Okay, according to my criteria, it's given me the result here. Okay, see here you have a hairline. What is this? Alliance Hair, Vistara, and Hair Asia, and Indigo. Okay, uh, and Hakasa Hair. Okay, all these flights available now. Okay, so we can choose any of the Vistara. If I want to go with the Vistara, okay, I can choose this and I can select and I can go to this. And if I want Air Asia, okay, I will choose this and I will pay and I will go. Okay, so now the question is, see this Air Asia is the airline services. Okay, so they will give us the flight details and all because this is a airline company. Okay, so for this Air Asia also we have a separate website. See for example here Air Asia also we have a separate website. Okay, this is the website of the Air Asia. Okay, if I open this, it's the official website of Air Asia because that is also a company, right? They are also maintaining their own website. Okay, so this is the Air Asia website. So now the question is, okay, here also if I search for the Bangalore to destination, maybe uh, Hyderabad. Okay, here also if I search, it will I can able to get. Okay, what are all the available details I have, I can able to get. Means I will search for the flight. I will search here for the flight. Here also I will get all the AirAsia flights which is available for that particular date. Okay, so here also I can get that information and here also I can get that information. Okay, now the question is how this AirAsia information is coming here. This is their official website. Here the information is coming means that's fine because in their website they are maintaining each and every flight information. Okay, how this information is coming here in the make my trip. Okay, so what they are doing, they are consuming this make my trip people consuming this AirAsia APIs. Okay, so through that APIs, what are all the information is available in this website, okay, is available in the make my trip also. Okay, so this is how we can able to see all other website details here. If you take a Indigo, this is also separate website. Okay, if you open, see if I take a Air India, this is also separate website. Okay, see this is official site of the Air India. This is also airline company. Okay, here also if I search for the flight, everything is available. But if same information, we can able to see here in the Make My Trip. Okay, so how it's possible? Here also I can get, and here also it's coming because these people, this Make My Trip are consuming this Air India APIs to get the flight details in this website as well. Okay, so this is how the business is running here. Okay, not only this guys, if you are using a Hola, okay, so while you are searching for the address, okay, you will be searching in the address tab. But how the address is coming internally, Hola is using Google Map API there. Okay, so when you click on the book Ola ticket, okay, so it will be redirect you to different option. You can pay through Paytm, you can pay through Google Pay, you can pay through UPI ID. Some options will be available. If you think there, phone pay is also on different application. Okay, Google Pay is also on different application. Okay, how it's possible to integrate that application in this application? In Ola is also an application, right? So in the Ola, how is possible to just had the phone pay application? So we are not adding the phone pay application itself. Okay, we are calling the phone pay API here in the Ola. Okay, or let's say suppose Amazon. Okay, when you click on the buy now button, it will redirect you to the multiple option: pay through Paytm, pay through phone pay through Google Pay. So many options will be available. How it is available there? Because they are calling all those payment gateway APIs. Okay, they are calling all the payment APIs here. Okay, so that we can able to see all the different options. Okay, so this is how, see, we are using API everywhere. For example, whenever you're trying to log in any of the application, it will give you like a username and password, or login through your Google Pay, login through your Gmail, or login through your Instagram, or login through your Facebook, like that it will show you, right? So what that application is doing, that is consuming Facebook, or Gmail, or your Instagram. Okay, it's consuming that API. So through that we are able to log into this new application. Okay, see, in real time we are using APIs everywhere in each and scenario. That's why it's very demanding now. Okay, if you take any of the application from now onwards, just observe all these things. Okay, whenever you are using any of the application, okay, how it is happening, how this option is available here. Okay, this is where we are calling the APIs. Like that, you start analyzing this. Okay, whatever we are doing in real time, everywhere we are using these APIs. Okay, so that's why knowledge on API is must, very important. Okay, if you are in a high T, knowledge on the service means API is very important, and working with API is also very advantage. Okay, added advantage. You can it's very high demanding course, guys, actually. Okay, and yes, okay, it's very high demanding in the market, and if you can just open the Naukari and just observe description of each and every testing job. Okay, each and every company or each and every requirement will be specified with the API testing knowledge required only. Okay, everyone demands for that only now. All the recruiters, if just apply for the job, in each and every call, all the recruiters ask you that, do you have a knowledge on Postman, do you have a knowledge on Illustrator, like that they will just ask you. Okay, so it's a very high demanding course in the current market, and if you have a knowledge on this, if you're changing the job, you can high demand your salary as well. Okay, you can demand your salary as well, and also it's like it's a high demanding technology nowadays. Okay, fine. Then anything else you want to take a confirmation from me? So tomorrow demo will be 8 a.m. Okay.
Timing is same 8 a.m. or it will also maybe 7 a.m. If possible.
Tomorrow it will be 8 a.m.
Okay.
demo.
Okay.
Okay. 8 to yes, 8 to 9 only the demo.
Okay.
We'll see in the
What about the regular timing? 8 to 9 only.
yeah, like we are planning for the 8 to 9 only. We'll see. Okay, later we'll see if any modification is required. We'll accordingly will change it.
Okay.
Okay.
Basically, my login time is 9 a.m. So
Okay.
I need to complete before 9.
Okay. Okay. You're still working from office or working from home?
Home only, but we need to log in. Stand up call is there in 9 a.m.
Stand up. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay. Okay, Vishal. We'll see after the demo. We'll plan for it. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll
Okay.
see
Thank
how
you.
we can make it.
Yeah. Yeah. No problem.
Okay. Okay. Anything else, guys? Anything else? If you have any doubt as well, just I provided a number in the chat, right? You just call them, and you just if you want to speak, or if you want to speak with me, if you want to take any clarification before enrolling, you can just call to that number and you just specify my name or API testing. They will just connect with me. Okay. Or else you can ask them also whatever the query you have. Selenium also you will teach. Selenium I'm not teaching right now. Maybe other faculties are there. If you guys really need, we'll see in the future. Okay. Okay, guys. Anything else before winding up the session? If you don't have anything, we'll wind up for today. Anything
Uh,
else?
Thank you so much for today's session and informative.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Take care, guys. Okay.
Okay,
Take
thank
care.
you, ma'am.
Tomorrow. Yeah. Thank you. Tomorrow we'll connect for the demo. Okay. Bye. Take care, guys.